Now I would like to recognize the Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, contrary to the impression, the false impression that the member tries to give, there is a blurring of judicial independence here. The member needs to recognize that the House of Commons that has that supreme authority or power is now saying that we want to get this information in order to hand it over to the RCMP. Even the Auditor General and the RCMP themselves have issues with the direction that the Conservative Party of Canada is taking today. If we were to use the same very principled arguments that the member's attempting to get across, could you imagine what would have happened with the ETS scandal, the Conservative ETS scandal of $400 million, which is, from what I understand, in part still going through the court process. The Conservative Party is directly trying to interfere in a dangerous area, violating the Charter of Rights, amongst other issues.
The Honourable Member for St. Margaret's.
I'm not shocked that the Liberal member from Winnipeg North wants to cover up the corruption by saying it's somebody else's responsibility. It's our responsibility. I know he has spent most of his life in public office, so he may be unfamiliar with how a company works. And how a company works is when they discover that there's been malfeasance by employees, the company's job is to turn that over to the police, to let the police investigate. The company doesn't have to go to court. The company calls in the police. We own this company, taxpayers. We funded this company. It's our job that this member and these Liberals don't seem to accept. It's our job to call in the police when we see corruption in appointments by Liberals into something that is funded by Canadian taxpayers.
Questions and comments. The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Government House Leader.
Speaker, the extreme discomfort that the Conservative Party is putting with the Auditor General and the RCMP, which would potentially compromise them, but the member says, it's okay, it's our job. And that's the response that he gives. Well, I'm wondering if he could indicate, is it the Conservative Party's job also to deal with the issue of foreign interference? We have found out earlier this week that not one but two Conservative leadership campaigns where there was alleged foreign interference. Is it not our job to find out and get to the bottom of that? Was his leader today impacted because of foreign interference, Mr. Speaker? Is that what killed the leadership ambitions of Aaron O'Toole? Should we not do our job and get to the bottom of that too?
The Honourable Member, 1.5 minutes.
Didn't want an investigation into foreign interference. That member, as a member of party, refuses to release the 11 names of parliamentarians who are compromised. He doesn't believe in that, and he's deflecting from the issue that the supremacy of Parliament, that a majority of this House, I know the Canadians didn't give you a majority and you're sad about that, you won't be getting it next time either, that a majority of people in this House said, representing Canadians, these documents need to go to the RCMP. Why don't you listen to the people?
We have a time for a quick 15-second question. I would remind the member to go through the chair. The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Is the Conservative Party, in his perspective, compromising in any way or making it uncomfortable for our RCMP and the Auditor General?
Quick answer, please.
What responsible parliamentarians do, like any responsible business, when they uncover corruption in their own organization, they turn it over to the police. Why won't he let it be turned over to the police?